Welcome to Weekly Wrestling Blog, the blog that I will say my opinion about monthly pay-per-views, about the WWE Network, about weekly shows, about all of it. I'm going to tell you my opinion all on this Weekly Wrestling Blog, and it's going to be up every Sunday. Welcome to Weekly Wrestling Blog. I'm your host, Eric Mosier, and a few years ago, like 1 or 2 years ago, I did like 3 or 4 videos called Weekly Wrestling Blog. I know I did one about TNA, one about Raw, and one about SmackDown, I think. Or one Impact and the West Raw. I don't know. I did like 4. And all of a sudden, I just stopped. I stopped doing it. But now, I'm coming back because I need to do more shows on my YouTube channel. So I'm bringing Weekly Wrestling Blog back to my YouTube channel. This time, it's going to be weekly, obviously. It's going to be weekly every Sunday. I'm going to be right here telling you my opinion on how that show went. Remember, this is my opinion. So please, don't get mad at me because it's my opinion. We can have a conversation or have a debate through the comments, but remember, this is my opinion. Okay, I mean, actually I was gonna say a few, but I'm only in one now. But I like to be in a wrestling group so we can all talk about wrestling and we can all debate about wrestling because we all love it so much. But the one thing I hate about the internet, I hate many things about the internet, but the one thing I hate about the internet is when we get into an argument or a fight and we start name-calling each other, all because we disagree on something. Okay? We all love wrestling. Okay? We all have different opinions on how to run a company or what we want. Okay? I read an article, which I might read a little later, that I'm just gonna really quickly take something out of that article. Okay. So I'm not gonna read it yet. I'm just gonna take a line. WWE, I forgot, and I quote, WWE is a victim of preconceived notion. It's not about who's good or what's good. It's about what Trips and Seth think is good. That's okay. It's their promotion. Okay? They can do what they like. And first of all, I kind of like totally forgot my main put. What he said, and I'm gonna read the article later. I'm just gonna read it now because I don't want you to think. I don't want to take a line, talk about what I was gonna talk about, and then not just read the whole thing. Let me just read the whole thing. There are some parts in his article where I agree. There are some parts where I disagree. But about what I just read, it's their promotion. They can do whatever I want. What I was saying is, we can disagree into what we like or what we want, but at the end, it's their promotion. They can do what they want. That's my opinion. I mean, I like it. I like some of the stuff they do. I don't like some of the stuff they do. And I used to bitch and complain a lot about TNA and WWE. But maybe it's me growing up. I don't know. But I'm slowly saying, you know what? I don't like it. I really don't like it. I hate this. But it's not my promotion. So why get so pissed off when it's not my promotion? I can't do anything about it. But don't like what they did, for example, with Daniel Bryan. That's all I can do is not like it. I mean, I cannot watch the product, but what else do I have to do to watch wrestling? I mean, I can watch TNA. I can watch ROH on YouTube. There are some things I can do, but I don't really know how to explain it. But let's move on to what this article is. If you want to read it yourself, you can go on to WrestleZone.com, and it's by Mark Madden, and he called it Sunday Night Raw, which is obviously about Elimination Chamber, but he called it Sunday Night Raw. And I quote, I have zero interest in WWE Elimination Chamber. It's Sunday Night Raw. That's all. I have zero interest in the WWE Network. There are going to be 2-3 special big shows per year. The rest will be Sunday Night Raw. I'm just gonna say, really quick, the network, and I will say it some other time, the network is an evil genius idea. Let's move on. Creatively, there have never been a worse time for wrestling. The business is being held hostage by WWE and by PG-13, which I agree. I agree to some parts. It is being held hostage by the WWE and the PG-13 era, but we can blame the WWE. Let's blame them. But we cannot only blame the WWE at all for this. We have to blame, because there are other promotions, okay? We have TNA, we have ROH, we have New Japan, like, we have all of these. So we have not only blame, and this is my opinion, not only blame the WWE, but let's blame everyone else, okay? We try to watch TNA, we try to watch ROH, but obviously they are doing something so wrong that is not attracting the big number. I understand ROH, TNA, and other small places don't have the money that WWE has, but again, if you are attracting people and they like it, they will talk about it, and it will grow. It takes time, but again, the promotion been around for a while, and they still are smart. So it's not WWE. I mean, WWE is holding it hostage, but can you blame them 100%? Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, to me, the other promotion to me are doing something wrong because they are not growing. But one. And two, WWE, can we blame them for holding it hostage? They don't want to let go of being number one. It's business. I hate bringing it up. It's business. But when I talk about something else, everyone bring it's business up when I'm talking about something. So hear my turn. It's business. They don't want to hold. They don't want to hold number two. They want to hold number one. So we can't, in my opinion, we can't fully hold WWE accountable. I have nothing against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. When Ric Flair had his last big one in WWE, I had a chance to drive the Pittsburgh area house show circuit with Flair and Triple H. Trips is a good guy with a very clear picture of what he prefers in wrestling. Remember the phrase, he prefers. And that in about what he said, he prefers, that in general, that's business, that's life, that's wrestling, that's in general. It's what the people who run in the shows, it's what they prefer. Stephanie got her power by birthright, and for no other reason. But give her credit, she functioned in a man's world, does well, and is not intimidated. She's a McMahon. Vince McMahon had become a monkey wrench. Obviously, I don't agree with that because Vince McMahon is my idol. He's no longer an editor, but a crotchety old man who just says, I don't like it. McMahon no longer fine-tunes. WWE writing staff wastes a lot of time doing rewrites. That's why a lot of stuff on WWE TV has a last-minute feel to it. There are also little long-term investments. Interview remain horribly overscripted. Everyone talks in the same voice. And I won't say completely. I agree in some way to what I just read. Okay? I don't agree that Vince McMahon is a monkey wrench because he's my idol. Personally, and this is a little biased because I said he's my idol, I agree Vince McMahon is an evil genius. The network is an evil genius. It is paving ways for something totally different. Because if we think about it, yes, it's very risky. But what big business move is it risky? Okay? A lot of it are risky. Some of it are not risky. Okay? The WWE Network to me is an evil genius because if we think about it, to me, that thing right here, TV are slowly dying because of, I don't know if you can see it, I'm not going to look it up, but that little thing called Apple TV, Netflix, Hulu Plus, YouTube, those three things are what is current TV. Add on the internet, okay? But my major put Apple TV, Netflix, Hulu Plus, YouTube, those things are what is current TV. So why stay in the business of something that's gonna die in 10, 15, 20 years? Why not make your own live streaming network, which is what Vince did. And I call it an evil genius idea. Sorry, evil genius. Okay, so let's move on to what he said. I do agree. Okay, I don't agree. Vince McMahon is a boss. He walks around saying I don't like it. He deserves to do it. He's the damn boss. Okay? If I have a business and I don't like something and I'm the boss, I'm going to walk around and say, you know what? I don't like that. Because it's my business. It's my business. So he has the right to say I don't like it. But this is what I agree. Alright? They do have tons of rewrites. And you can fear that last minute writing moment sometimes. Okay? And I fear that it's bad. It's bad for business. Obviously they don't think it, but my opinion is I think it is bad. Okay? I think there should be a deadline. Okay, for example, Monday Night Raw. Okay, I write the script on Monday. Okay, and I have until Friday or Saturday to write next Monday's script. Okay? I give it to the boss. He does minor fixes, but nothing else. So we can get everything ready for Monday's show. Okay? And then on Monday, we do the next week. Monday, and on that week, we do Monday's writing. Okay? That is how we do it, and don't do major rewrites, because sometimes you can tell, especially creatively writing, okay? You can tell when something changes like this, okay? I don't know if they can tell, but the viewer can tell, okay? But again, it's not my business, but I think that's how it is. Okay. But I do feel there are a lot of rewrites, which is part of why the project is down. Now, interviews, I'm not going to say they are horribly scripted, but interviews, they are not the same. Alright, they need to be fixed. But then, you also have to think about, especially, maybe England interviews, but I'm talking about the backstage interviews. Those interviews that you only have one minute, maybe sometime less, which I don't get is because on Raw you have 3 hours. I said it a few months ago in one of my groups. Why does Raw need to go over 5, 10, 20 minutes at 11 when they have 3 hours? They have 3 hours. But they have to go over 5, 10, 15 minutes. I don't get it. But I do agree. The interviews are really bad. They need to do something about that. Okay. But the main problem with WWE is there's no alternative. Which is what I was trying to say earlier. There's no alternative. But do we blame WWE? Many do, but I don't. And I don't think we have the right to blame WWE. Because one, it's a business and they want to hold on to number one. And two, is it WWE's fault that the other people are not capturing in as much viewers and much stuff as WWE is? I don't think that's WWE's fault. I think, let's use TNA for example. Okay, is it WWE's fault that TNA did not capture as much viewers as SmackDown does? I don't think that. Okay, I think it's TNA. I think something in TNA is doing wrong, but that's just how I think. TNA stopped being a real wrestling company a long time ago, which I totally agree. But what it presents is WWE Light. It's the same style of programming, but lesser talent, lesser production value, which again I agree. TNA definitely lesser production value. I'm not gonna say I agree with the talent, but they still do have some good talent, but the production value is definitely low. Including much lesser interest in what I was trying to say earlier. Is it that we thought that TNA have less of interest? I don't think so. ROH is different, more old school, but ROH resources are just too inaccurate. When WCW Nitro hit big, a few things were different. WCW, and before I go into that, because I have a lot to say about that, about ROH, yes, it's different in ROH resources, but again, I fear it's WWE's, it's not WWE's fault, and it's ROH's fault, because we are in the field of business, and if ROH is not proven and not bringing in numbers, then the advertisers are not going to, they rather put their commercials on Raw than ROH. Okay? Talent will rather be in WWE than ROH. Like, it's all about business. When WCW Nitro hit big, a few things were different. WCW mostly used weird names and emphasized weird personalities. WCW also had the Cruiserweight. Okay? And about the Cruiserweight that they had, okay, we are in a different time right now. Okay? If we put the Cruiserweight on TV right now, most of them, their segments, their matches, the numbers of those things will not be as much as the main event. Because I fear now, which I completely disagree, but now I fear it's all about the main event, in my opinion. WCW offer action you just wasn't going to see on WWE TV. Agreed. TNA offer nothing whatsoever different. Sadly, TNA think it does. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Like, if I'm TNA, of course I'm gonna think my product is better. I'm ROH, of course, it's business. I keep repeating myself because it's business, for goodness sake. ROH is just too bush league at a glance to make the difference matter. Also, too many performers look too similar. It's like wrestling matches broke out at a frat party. Agreed. But I also don't blame it on a single company. I also blame that on us fans, because we look at the superstar and we are like, okay, I don't like this person, so I don't care about them. Okay? The WWE is a major part of that, but we have to blame the fan too. It's a mostly thing. For example, Kevin Steen is growing on me for a number of reasons. But the biggest one is he doesn't look like everybody else, which is good. I like that. We don't want, to me, I don't want everyone to look the same. But many of the fans want it, and many of the WWE employees want it. So blame them both, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But WWE is headed in that direction too. Everyone has to fit a certain mold. It's only going to get worse as the training center spews out Exron after Exron. It is the height of arrogance to think that an accomplished, experienced indie worker can begin given a gimmick and put on TV without being hammered into a round hole. Very rarely does an entertainment company disclose reality. That's what WWE does. Which I agree with what he said, okay? Just because you are an indie superstar can't mean you can say, here, this gimmick, play it. Okay? Anyone, since, this is to me, anyone can do a gimmick, okay, and do it good. But at the same time, anyone can do it bad. WWE is a victim of preconceived notion. It's not about what's good or who's good. It's about what trips and steps think is good. That's okay. It's their promotion. They can do what they like. And I'm just going to take a break from reading and saying my opinion. Well, not saying my opinion. This whole article, what he just said, wastes his time. Why have an opinion about something being bad and then say, it's okay. It's their promotion. They can do what they want. Like, that's to me, that's like, I don't like what's going around in my house, but that's okay. That's my friend. Like, really? I don't get it. I don't get it. The problem is, those who don't fit that preconceived notion have no alternative. As a result, wrestling fans have no legit alternative. Again, is that WWE fault? TNA, ROH, and Jeff Jarrett shouldn't copy WWE or go back to the future. They should try to figure out what the next big thing is. Which, I agree, but the thing is, that's what they are trying to do. The wrestling promoters, the wrestlers themselves, are trying to find the next big thing. But we are just disagreeing with them, in my opinion. I hate repeating myself, and that's what I'm doing when I choke myself. Go extreme, not hardcore. Hardcore is passé. ECW was extreme because Paul Heyman figured out something different that caught on. If Heyman was in charge of a wrestling company attempting to compete with WWE, he tried to do that again. He tried to redefine extreme. Really quick, everyone, if you look at wrestling today, everyone tried to redefine something. Okay, they always trying to go back in history to redefine something. Heyman would be wasting his time. Fake wrestling would doom the minute MMA took real fight and add personality. Enjoy Sunday Night Raw. Follow Muck on Twitter at MuckMaddenX. Would I be following him on Twitter? No, I absolutely will not be adding him on Twitter. But you can add him or follow him on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at EricPlusMosher. That's my Twitter account. We can tweet about wrestling. You will have to request to follow me because my Twitter is on private. But anyway, this episode was actually supposed to be a prediction video of Elimination Chamber, but I got a little carried away on things. So here we go. Here are my prediction of what's gonna happen at the Elimination pay-per-view that happened this Sunday. Okay. So, let's begin up with the kickoff show of Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus Ryback and Curtis Axel. If you don't know me, you're gonna learn me right now. I absolutely hate Ryback. Okay, I met him in person at an event, and he had no personality. As I was watching him on TV, face or here, he had no personality. He was boring. I met him in person, and there you go. He was exactly the same. Boring. Maybe because I met The Miz the same day, and The Miz had, a personality like a Bane. But Ryback had no personality. None at all. He's boring. He should be doing something different, in my opinion. I don't like him. Curtis Axel is growing on me as Curtis Axel. Me personally liked him better as Michael McGullican. I think they should have got him into a storyline. I don't know. I don't think they should have gave him a new name, but Curtis Axel is actually growing on me. But him as a person, I think he totally, in the ring he good, but on a mic, I don't know, I'm not going to say he doesn't have a personality, but something about him that I don't like. In the ring, wrestling, I love. He's awesome. He is amazing. He is a good talent. On a mic, I'm not really too fond of him. Put them together as a team, Ryback, whatever the fuck their name is. No. I hate this team. Break Ryback and Curtis Axel right now. They are ruining Curtis Axel and, yeah, ruined team. Goldust and Cody Rhodes, amazing team. Okay? Usually I don't like when they just throw team up like this match, but Cody Rhodes and Ryback put on some amazing matches, and when they do split up, I'm gonna miss them like crazy. If the rumor is true, they're gonna break up to begin a feud at WrestleMania or not, that match is gonna be amazing, because their tag matches are gonna be amazing. That match is gonna be amazing. If they do break up, I can't wait. Okay, the Kickout Show match was just okay. Okay, if I'm gonna rate it 1 to 5, I think I'm gonna give it a 3. And not because Ryback and Curtis Axel. That 3 is just Goldust and Cody Rhodes. It wasn't. I don't like it.